Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm gonna start doing this now, and my hair looks crazy. Wow. I'm going to start doing this now where I do monthly manga hauls because I buy a lot of manga in a month compared to books, and I see a lot of manga videos that I watch that do monthly hauls, and I'm like, you know what, this would be a good idea. And I did this before, but this was like during like early pandemic times, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm like, you know what, let me get back into it. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll try to explain the stories in the best way I can. Most likely I'm going to have to read the back of the book, but that's okay. Hopefully you are interested in some of these and you find some recommendations in them, and you can enjoy slowly seeing my bank account getting lower but my manga collection getting bigger.
Yeah.
I just saw a bird fall from the sky. So with this monthly haul, I noticed that I am starting a lot of new series that I'm collecting. And you're like, Sherilyn, do you really need to start collecting more series? But hear me out. It's because I know I'm about to finish one of my older, longer series, and it's gonna be a moment, and I'm like, looks like I have room to grow. Physically, no, but mentally, yes. The first manga series that I bought is definitely something you wouldn't expect me to have, but I was always interested in it, and it was sold out for like the longest time, and it seems like they did a huge restock, and my friend that works at Barnes & Noble kind of like forced me into it, and I already read volume 1 and I really enjoyed it, and that is Dorohedoro volume 1. I bought this at literally the beginning of April. So my friend literally made me buy it and read it at the store and talk about it. And yesterday I bought Dorohedoro volume 2. Since I already read volume 1, I want to keep going, and I got volume 2. And I'm definitely planning on collecting more of the series because the series is finished, but it's 22 or 23 volumes, so it's quite a bit. So I got a way to go. But it's so weird to try to explain this story. So in a city so dismissal, it's known only as the Hole, a clan of sorcerers have been plucking people off the streets to use as guinea pigs for atrocious experiments in the black arts. In a dark alley, Nikaido found Kaiman, I think it's Kaiman, a man with a reptile head and a bad case of amnesia. To undo the spell, they're hunting and killing the sorcerers in the Hole, hoping that eventually they'll kill the right one. Because if they kill the right sorcerer, him having the alligator head would be done. Like, he wouldn't have that anymore. But when En, the head sorcerer, gets word of a lizard man slaughtering his people, he sends a crew of cleaners into the Hole, igniting a war between two worlds. So there's a war going on between sorcerers and the monsters that they created. So with what I read, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, and you're like, Shaman, what? But I could tell, like, because it's a really good story, it's just gonna keep getting better and better. But obviously with the first volumes of stuff, it's kind of like, it takes a while for me to like get into it and to understand what's going on in the world. So that's what was happening for me, and I feel like as I keep going, it's gonna be 5 stars. And I also enjoy the subtle sarcastic humor between the characters and the friendship that is going on in with the two main characters, and it's really nice. So I got volume 2 literally yesterday, and I just realized that's really cool how I started the month and this is how I end it. But I haven't read volume 2 yet because I'm like, I want to buy more volumes so I could read more at once. But yeah, definitely pleased with getting this. Another bird, god. Now this one is one of my most anticipated releases. It caught me off guard because I didn't think it was coming out yet, because I don't check like the date it's getting like published in English, but it's out and I'm very excited. So if you guys want to get into it before more of the hype happens, and there's already hype going on for this book. So I'm talking about Sakamoto Days volume 1. This is like exactly what I needed. Oh my god. I haven't read it yet because I'm like, I need more volumes to come out. That's just how I am. Usually people like to read the first volume to see how they feel, but I already feel like I know I'm gonna like it because, oh my god. And it looks so pretty. I really like the cover and the colors, like, yes. So, Taro Sakamoto was once a legendary hitman considered the greatest of all time. Bad guys feared him, assassins revered him, but then one day he quit, got married, and had a baby. He is now living the quiet life as the owner of a neighborhood store, but how long can Sakamoto enjoy his days of retirement before his past catches up to him? Time has passed peacefully for Sakamoto since he left the underworld. He is running a neighborhood store with his lovely wife and child and has gotten a bit out of shape, but one day, a figure from his past pays him a visit with an offer he can't refuse: return to the assassin world or die. So it's really cool because this guy, he's out of shape, but he still fights like how he did when he was younger, and that just makes me really excited to see that. And the fact that, like, it seems like some of this stuff is just going down in the grocery store, I just kind of love it so much. And I feel like I'm gonna enjoy the action while it's also gonna be funny. It's the perfect mixture for me. The only volume 1 is out, so if you want to check it out, I'd say go for it. Cut to me like not reading it yet, but already everybody is hyping it up, so I'm just giving you a heads up here. You're welcome. Okay, so the next volume I picked up in the month of April, and this is a shoujo manga, and that is My Love Mix-Up Volume 3. And there's only 3 volumes out right now, and the series has been selling out, so I was just trying to catch up with the collection. So this is pretty much a love triangle that just gets a little bit confusing, where I believe one of the characters dropped the eraser and it had the person's name on it, and they thought, oh, like, they have a crush on me, you know? But then the other person sees the eraser and think, oh my god, does he like me, you know? And it's like 2 guys involved and 1 girl, so there's a little bit of a bisexual love triangle, and I'm kind of here for it. But yeah, it's only 3 volumes out right now, so that's why I'm not like going crazy, especially when it comes to my romance stuff. I don't hold back, so I'm holding out and then I'm going to read it. But yeah, I'm really excited to get into this, and it's gotten really popular, so if you want to check it out and see how you feel about it, I'd say go ahead. I think this manga haul is just showing how diverse my taste is, because the next one I got is volume 1 of a new series that is coming out, and then later in the weeks I got volume 2, so I'm just going to show them together. And that's Kaiju number 8, volumes 1 and 2, and I've been wanting to get into this. This also has low-key gotten really popular, so if you kind of want to get into it before other people get into the hype, you know, like how Spy Family went down, I'd say get into it. And yes, I know I haven't started it, but I feel like I'm gonna like it. Leave me alone, alright? With the highest kaiju emergence rates in the world, Japan is no stranger to attack by deadly monsters. Enter the Japan Defense Force, a military organization tasked with the neutralization of kaiju. Kafka Hibino, a kaiju corpse cleanup man, has always dreamed of joining the force, but when he gets another shot at achieving his childhood dream, he undergoes an unexpected transformation. How can he fight kaiju now when he becomes one himself? So, if this interests you, I've heard great things about it. People are already loving it, and it's only 2 volumes out right now, so I'd say give it a chance. It's Shonen Jump, so you can check it out on the app as well. I mean, why not? And I actually really do love the vibe of these covers. Stunning. So next up, we have another new Shonen Jump series. As you could see, I'm a pretty big Shonen Jump fan. I didn't mean to, but it just kind of happened. But I have volume 3 of Frieren Beyond Journey's End, and this is another new series that I feel like nobody is really talking about it, and I know I haven't started it, but I will. There's only 3 volumes out right now, so it's just me keeping up with the collection. but it's basically on the topic of immortality, and this is kind of a isekai, which is a fantasy, Japanese fantasy. So this goes into the perspective of what happens when the journey is done. What's the aftermath of that? And the main character, she's an elf and she lives on forever. But as she's living on forever, her squad mates, they are getting older and they're dying. I feel like it goes into that genre, and I feel like that really interests me, and I like the idea of that concept. So I just feel like I'm going to like it, and I'm really excited. And I do like the covers of these volumes. So if the idea of that interests you, I mean, why not? I need a moment with the trash can mug. So next up we have a gay romance, cause of course, and that is The Two Lions, and this is a standalone, and I actually already read it. Yeah, and I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. So not longer after he starts university, friendly, big-hearted Junpei runs into the very unfriendly Leo. As they speak, Junpei learns that they went to the same high school and that Leo was the demon lion, feared back then as a secret gang leader. After those days spent as a lonely, misunderstood high schooler, Leo escaped to a faraway college to make new friends. Junpei becomes his first and vows to help Leo make more, but are his feelings for Leo stronger than friendship? And I read this and it was so cute. It was so cute and wholesome, and the only reason why I didn't give it a 5 stars and I gave it a 4.5 was because I literally wanted more. It goes into a situation of them becoming friends, and then the very end they get together and you don't see anything after that. You see like one little bonus scene that's really cute, but I'm like, wait, I want more. But it's literally just a standalone, so I'm like, okay, that's fine. But I'm like, damn, like, I'm happy that they're together, but like, come on, like, I wanted a bit more, you know what I mean? So yeah, I really enjoyed this. I highly would recommend it. It's a standalone, it's cute, and yeah, no problems with it whatsoever. I'm really glad that I read it, but as you can see, I have no self-control with my romances, so that's why I try the best I can, but I did read this. Now, these 3 volumes I've picked up back to back, and this is me finishing up my collection because the last volume comes out in May, and that is We Never Learn. And look how stunning these covers are. So I have volume 18, volume 19, and volume 20. So I am completely caught up physically wise. If you haven't seen my Goodreads, I'll link it below. But I have been reading We Never Learn volumes a lot because it is a bit of my longer series. And since the series is about to finish, I'm like, you know what? Let me binge read this and read what's going on. And I've really been enjoying it. There's been a lot more that's developed. Like, I don't expect like a funny harem to be like this. Yes, it's a harem manga, so it's like one guy and 5 girls, I believe, and you see who he ends up with. I just expect silly, goofy times, you know, nothing serious. Like, obviously there's gonna be fan service, it's a harem manga, you know, but I didn't even expect to have like any like character development, like, and then there was. I'm like, what? I didn't see it coming. So I'm really enjoying it. And what's really cool about this manga series, usually you see with harems that they end up with the girl and that's that. But with We Never Learn, you get to see what happens if he ended up with this person and how it would be. So it seems like that's what these volumes are. Like if he ended up with her. I don't know who he ends up with yet, and it's kind of killing me. So yeah, I had to get these volumes and they are so pretty. But if you are a bit older and you just want silly goofy times, little innuendos that are like very out there but kind of funny, I'd say go for it. It genuinely is just a fun time. It's nothing too serious. People try to take it seriously. I'm like, you're literally reading a harem manga. calm down, okay? Now, these two volumes, like, this was kind of anticipated, but I just went for it, and that is Skip and Loafer volumes 2 and 4. I don't have 1 and 3, but I feel like the series kind of sells out because it's like getting popular. So volume 4 just came out, so I like got it, and then volume 2 was in the store, so I took advantage of that. So obviously I am gonna try to get volumes 1 and 3 soon, because it does bother me a little bit that I don't have them, but I do plan on getting them. And it's supposed to be like a nice slice of life manga, and it's one of those things where small country town girl enters the big city of Tokyo. It's supposed to be like cute but also funny, and I think this is just like something that I need. I really try to get like just nice, cute, like funny types of manga, and this definitely gives that vibe. So yeah, I'm really happy about this, and I've heard a lot of people like this. Again, it's fairly popular, and there's only 4 volumes out right now, so you should take advantage of that, just saying. Now, this one, I'm so happy I have one of my favorite manga series, and that's the Shaman King Omnibus, which it has volumes 16, 17, and 18, and it's a lot to explain what it's about, not gonna lie. This is one of my favorite manga series. The anime is out, and one of my friends at Barnes & Noble actually really do like the anime. They haven't read the manga, but they love the anime. So if you want to check it out, go ahead. But it's just a lot of action, but also has comedy too, but also has some wholesome moments too. Like, oh my god. But I want to keep up with my collection, and these have been coming out every month, which is great, but not for my bank account, because these are like 20 bucks and it's so hard. So I'm a little behind in collecting. I'm like 2 volumes behind, which is not bad in the grand scheme of things, but literally another volume is gonna come out next month, and I'm like, all right, I gotta hurry up and collect these manga volumes. But yeah, I'm really happy about this. This is, again, one of my favorite series, and it just doesn't disappoint. Like, if you ever get the chance to even like read it digitally or anything, I highly recommend it. I feel like this is a series worth investing in my opinion. Now, this one was another one that a friend at Barnes & Noble forced me to buy it and read it. And you know me, I like to buy my manga and kind of wait it out until there's more volumes. And she's like, no, you're gonna suffer the waiting process with me. And I'm like, okay. So it's Cheeky Brat Volume 2, and this has to deal with a lot of banter. There's only 2 volumes out, and Volume 3 comes out next month. So yeah, you think like the cover is like kind of suspicious, but yeah, it's now getting released in English, and I'm genuinely enjoying it, not gonna lie. My friend got me into it. It's fine. Pretty much what the deal is that she had a crush on this captain in the basketball team, and she becomes the manager of the basketball team just to be close with him. Come to find out that the captain actually has a girlfriend, so she's kind of stuck in this basketball team as the manager, but she's dedicated. She's like, okay, well, I gotta make sure you guys win. It's part of my job. But there's him who is a grade below her, and he's kind of like, why don't you like me? What does he have that I don't? It's one of those things, and there's like funny banter, and she's like, it's kind of like a Tsundere vibe where she's like, oh my god, you're so annoying, like, why are you gonna be like this? You're such a brat. But it's like, damn, I've fallen for this brat. So I really like it, and I read Volume 2. I gave both of them 5 stars, but for different reasons. Like, Volume 1 had more of the banter and all that between them, but this volume, you see a bit more of the, like, semi-character development with the main guy. You kind of see it there, and you learn a bit more about him and how he is as a person. So, yeah, I am very much enjoying this series. And yeah, this is gonna be one that I'm just gonna be buying and reading immediately, because my friend is giving me no choice but to do that. So here we are. Now, with this series, I've bought these volumes at different times. Literally, I bought volume 3 yesterday, along with Dorohedoro volume 2. But I wanted to take advantage of showing you how stunning they're all together. And that is a sign of affection. There's only 4 volumes out right now. I think volume 5 is gonna come out pretty soon. But yeah, I got the first 3 volumes, and just look how stunning this is. And then when you, like, it's gonna be like a pastel rainbow as the volumes keep going. And I've heard great things about this series. And pretty much, Yuki is a college student who's into friends and fashion. She's also deaf. A chance meeting on a train leads to a serious crush, but can it grow into something more? And the main guy, he actually likes learning languages, and he speaks multiple languages. And sign language is something that actually intrigues him, and he wanted to learn. So these two get closer, and obviously it's a romance, so things start happening here. And I just think the concept of that is so cute. And these manga volumes are stunning. And I've heard a lot of people like this series, so I'm really excited to see how I feel about it. I mean, I feel like I'm gonna like it, because obviously I bought the first 3 volumes. So I can't wait to get into it, because like, this looks so cute. I can't wait. Now this one is me keeping up with my collection, and I know my friends, my booktube friends, they questioned my taste for this one, but it's considered one of the best for a reason, and that is Beastars volume 15. Again, just me keeping up with my collection. There is 17 volumes out, but these volumes come out like fairly like quick, and I feel like the series is going to be done like publishizing this year definitely. So I do want to keep up with buying this series, and I'm 7 volumes in this series, and I love it as you see the characters and like more of their dark side and more of it showing up, and things just start getting very messed up from here as the series keeps going, and it's just so good. Like, oh my god. And when picking this up, it was just like, okay, what volumes do I need to buy? And I saw there was just like a huge stack of volume 15, and it was like asking to be bought. So I'm like, okay, I need it anyway, so I'm gonna buy it. And I'm gonna try to buy the other volumes I need soon, because I like to keep up with this series because it's become one of my favorites, and the anime is really good too. I know the fact that it's animals, it scares you, but when you actually get into the story and the plot, it's actually really good. Just make sure you're a bit older, of course, but it's a really good story, and the author knew what she was doing, so I feel like you can't go wrong with it. And also, I do love the covers. I love like the font, and then with the character in the front, and I do like the colors of this cover specifically. It's really nice. So yeah. Now this one is actually a comic. I didn't mean for this to be in the stack, but it's in here, so we're just gonna talk about it real quick. And that is Aggretsuko Stress Management. And the only reason why I bought this was because I want to collect the Aggretsuko comics, and I only had the first one, and this is the second one in the collected editions. And I was in the mood to read the comic, but I'm like, I'm gonna be upset that I don't have the other one. So I ended up getting the second one in the collected edition, and I read the first comic and I really enjoyed it. It's interesting because each one is written and illustrated by different people, so you have different thoughts on each story. But overall, I really enjoy it. I think obviously I do like the anime more, but it's really a fun read for me. And because I'm a huge fan of the show, it's like, this doesn't hurt. And also because the art style is so cute, like, oh my god. Aggretsuko has become just one of my favorite characters. I'm obsessed. Like, stunning. And if you don't know what Aggretsuko is about, pretty much it's about her working this 9-to-5 job, this marketing job, and you know, she's dealing with a lot of work, and it's a lot on her, and it takes a toll on her, and she keeps it inside of her. But when she goes to a karaoke room, that's when she has her freedom, and that's when she lets out all of her rage in heavy metal music. And that's just so cool. And it's so fun. And the stressors that she goes through at work could actually be very relatable to people. So honestly, I'd say check out the show. But if you want to check out the comics, I mean, why not? It doesn't hurt. This is just like one of my favorite series, so I wanted to collect that. Now, this one I was gifted by my friend because I really wanted it, and it is a new release, and it is like gay romances, and it's Links. So it's about, I believe it's about 3 different gay couples, but it all somehow like links together. I just realized with the title, that's big brain. And I just love this cover. Like, this cover was so stunning when I saw it, but it was really nice of my friend to send this to me, and I really appreciate it. I really appreciate when my friends, like, whenever they send me books and manga, I'm like, you literally don't have to, but they're like, no, we're sponsoring your collection. So I appreciate, like, look how stunning that is. And the last thing that I got, and this video is running very long, and it is Goodnight PunPun Volume 5, and I've held off from buying this for so long just because it's $25, but it was the last volume I needed in my collection. It's 7 volumes, and yeah, I can't explain to you what it's about. It's just, you have to read it when you're in a good headspace, because it really delves into topics about life, the phase you're in. And I think the main character, PunPun, you just watch him grow up from when he was a kid up until like the ending point. I'm like, you don't understand. I'm actually really happy that I'm done with collecting this series. So when the time comes to read it, I will be prepared for tears and heartbreak. But yeah, that was my manga haul for the month of April. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am happy to be doing this again, and I'm really excited to make more for every month. I just have to be consistent with it. But yeah, so in total, not including the comic, I bought 21 volumes of manga. Well, I was gifted one, but still, 21 volumes of manga in the month of April. I don't know what that says about myself, but here we are. I would say I am gonna try to hold back on buying manga, but realistically with the upcoming months, that's not gonna happen, because with May already being here, and then June, my birthday is in June. People are already gonna be sending me gifts now, and a lot of things are happening in my life to the point where it's like, no, manga is gonna be hauled, like, definitely. So it's gonna be crazy for the next 2 months. So this definitely is going to be monthly. Hopefully I don't have to do it as frequent, but yeah, just realistically with May and June, I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be a lot. That's just what it is. I've accepted that. That's just my life. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.